into it. What a fucking infuriating way to start my stream, guys. Travis literally is just like, well, let's keep doing all the same things we used to do, because that's really done well for LCS viewership. Change nothing. Watch it slowly die so I don't have to find a real job sooner. Get me out, man.
We're getting the extra gyos much, which feels right.
Dude, it's packed to the rafters in there. It is full stadium affair today for this matchup. JDG versus BLG. JDG over to the blue side now, and we have dramatically different drafts. This is a totally different game to what we've been seeing so far, with a Darius locked in top for bin.
Yeah, right. Bringing out the Darius, doing incredibly well in those like extended trades with that bleed passive, and trying to bring down the Udyr. We've seen teams even kind of give resources to that.
I hope Travis has decent investments. His Magic the Gathering investments. His Magic the Gathering portfolio through the roof, dude.
Narratives in this game 3. We got the Ping Shang Derby. We got Yagao versus Knight. JDG BLG, the rivalry that JDG just kept stomping last year. Elk versus Missing. We got it all, and we got 3 games of it.
We certainly do. And we get a different mid lane matchup as well. Knight winning both sides of the Ping Shang Derby today. As Bin onto Flandre. He wants to get himself first blood. The bleed, is it enough? I don't think it's enough.
Oh! Looks like one tick. Dude, I love watching Keen play this matchup. It's so fun. Obviously, watching Bin play it is pretty sick, too.
Most teams usually kind of temper down in the game 3, you know, get a bit more reserved because the whole series is on the line. But both these teams, especially being so high up in the standings, clearly showing that they are not going to fear anything.
Darius is a counterpick into Udyr. Yes, we've seen Keen run it a couple times now and just completely go bananas on people. It's really fun to watch. Because, like, you know, the Udyr can put out the AoE magic damage, but Darius just has a chance to, like, heal tank and deal more damage through it. So, like, I mean, look at this. Got bone plating down now. Here we go. It's actually just so annoying. You can't actually get the push off necessarily either.
This time.
Ooh, does connect in the end. He's gonna follow up a little bit, especially with the amount of pressure that's gonna be put on Bin with this wave coming into his turret. I don't think JDG should be able to do much off of this.
He's gonna get knocked up. What? A little bit weird. A little bit weird. Q hits that. This is a different story. He flashes a little bit late there. Doesn't flash the stun. Why did Lee go in? I don't know. It's not a good play.
At first it looked bad for JDG. It's like, Kanavi, I can see why you're wrapping around with the way the health is. With wait, what's going on in the right-hand corner of our screens? Actually forcing Missing to flash. And I like that we get this replay now because it lets us...
Nice job on the recall interrupt.
This game especially looks like we gotta be on our toes.
I like the 3 camp into both junglers top side. You love to see a good top lane battle going on.
For BLG and JDG. This isn't game 3. This is game 400 in the last 2
No, top esports versus SPX is coming up. I'm finishing the BLG versus JDG series first. Are the Freaks frauds? No, they're just a young team. We'll see how they do this coming week.
Stun coming in from Flandre towards Bin. Dodges away from the Sonic Wave. On. Looks for a way to get into this lane. Bin needs to try and bait it, but I think they've called the fact that On is missing. Shun's moving over as well. Are they going to go for a dive here? Kanavi's got to be cautious, and there we go. On spotted at this point, but I don't think they care. 2v3.
Nice hook.
In fact, ignore the tower. They just go for the guy on the other side of the tower. Bin tanking steps away. The bleed is there.
Good juggle. Oh! Oh, he still gets it with the bleed. Very nicely done by BLG. I mean, look at this. So you have the Tristana on bot side, so you are going to be able to push the wave pretty freely with explosive charge, especially into a melee support. And so On actually just finds an excellent roam timing off of first recall, gets boots. And then On hits a fucking amazing hook right here. Look at that. Oh! He faked it. It looked like he was going to hook Flandre, and then he went after Kanavi instead. Kanavi could have flashed this, though. He thought he could sidestep it, but he ends up just getting hooked. He had flash up. He should have flashed that. Huge. Look at my... You lose like 10 caster minions off of this wave, too. It's like 3 waves worth of caster minions. Does have the TP, so he's going to get a lot of it back. 32 to 19 CS plus a double kill. That's huge.
You love to see it if you're a BLG fan right now. Ruler put the pressure onto Elk. They know On's not here, so they're zoning as much as physically possible in the meantime.
He gets Phage and Boots. Squeaks! Thank you for your tier 1 subscription. I appreciate you. Love the content here in LFN. Thank you very much, man. We're doing our best. Appreciate your support. Got my laundry sheets, the parents of 3 kids. It's a sponsor I greatly appreciate. Nick Van A, you're welcome. I haven't been enjoying using it. I've been using the Earthbreeze stuff myself. It's convenient. Takes up less space. Thank you very much for supporting our sponsors. Appreciate that. Did my subscription box not work properly? I didn't hear it. Hold on, guys.
There is no enchanters. There's no double range bot lanes that you kind of have to take care of and enable to hit plates.
I feel like the longer this series has gone on, the more classic LPL it's become. With this absolute carnage at the top side.
I'll test it. Hold on. I wonder why it didn't work for you. All right, it's working. So hopefully it'll work for future subs. Blade Tycon, thank you for a Twitch Prime sub. Not sure why that's not working.
You know, I'm also excited by the fact that, right, we're about to hit our eighth hour of being on broadcast, which kind of brings in the loopiness a little bit, and only makes the game...
It's not actually showing up in... Maybe it'll come through in a minute, guys. It might just be a little bit delayed. Also, guys, I did open up YouTube memberships. So if you do want to subscribe on YouTube, then that is an option as well. No, it has nothing to do with the VPN. The Streamlabs is hooked up to my Twitch account. So it reads the information coming from Twitch.
Oh dear, I miss that guy. He's not dead or anything, he's just not on the LPL. Not that I actually ever got...
I'll try logging back out and logging in.
Actually, yes, you did. Actually, yes, you did, which is kind of funny. Oh, you go! Forced to flash Knight once again. Just able to come out ahead in the 1v1. Sure, On being there.
It might just be down on Streamlabs side at the moment.
Just decimating so far in the laning phase in this series.
Yeah, he's been absolutely phenomenal. On has been everywhere this game as well. Like, On is having a fantastic performance on the Nautilus. You can see why this was a priority for BLG. I just want to mention in the draft as well.
All right, so I do have YouTube memberships open. So if you would like to support me on YouTube, you guys were asking for that. So that is currently an option for you. And I will try and release some of the power rankings and other edited videos to members only early. Oh my God. He literally is trying to fight over this brush when he's incredibly far behind. Phage and Boots make this Darius super sticky, especially when he has the fucking... Okay, all right. Oh, God. Okay, all right. Oh, Lord.
5-0-0 on the Darius. 8 minutes into the game. This is an absolute massacre. JDG fans are in tatters to start this one off. Hell, Ruler and Missing are looking to the right or left and being like, guys, what is going on? We want to be able to play this game.
And Elk, Knight, and On, they are laughing all the way to the bank with this one. I guess On's been a part of it, but...
I mean, the bot took a little bit of a hit, because of the roams. All right, there we go. Monty's long lost son. Subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. As opposed to my other two sons.
I mean, he's just so big at this point.
Thank you very much.
Following up with all those stacks.
Welcome back, son.
Beautiful flash
Other
at the
son.
rim of the queue as well.
Don't tell Susie about you.
Value out of that. I love the laugh. I love the laughter on Bilibili. He's usually such a stoic person. And even the
Thank you, Smith PW, for your YouTube membership. I appreciate it. I will get a sound effect in there for you guys. I set it up to work, but I'll get a custom sound effect for YouTube members to differentiate it.
And Bin is 5-0. Every single kill in the game has gone into his pocket, and he's got a kill for every.
Congrats on being the first YouTube member, Smith PW.
I mean, he's so close to his Triforce. He could be the first person with this completed item, having one of the more expensive items in the game, just with this lead. Now having the red buff there too. There's just really nothing JDG can.
Do I think Nico might be better as a support than a mid right now? No, still a really strong mid. It doesn't matter because she's disabled for most of the regions currently.
3v3 breaks out topside. I mean, BLG will just win by the
2 more kids, then you got a team. That doesn't matter because my kids will play 1v1 RTS as God intended.
Or you try to just invest more in bot side.
Not some team-based trash where you have to be worried about how garbage your teammates are. They'll play RTS where their fate is in their own hands.
It's going to feel like an incredibly difficult game to play out. And not to mention the fact that, like, Rule is an incredibly short-range AD carry. Late game, when Bin hits Ghost and just runs at Ruler, it's going to be difficult for Ruler to survive. He's going to need all of the help he can get from his team to survive the onslaught. And if everyone's focused on Bin, means Elk and Knight have freedom to take over.
You know the worst part? It's not only the Ghost, like just the speed.
Play a real sport like tennis? Nah.
Like,
Yeah,
all,
true.
just different
We don't like non-contact sports.
Ruler now. Anytime BLG are going to be grouped up as 5, even if he finds an opportunity where like maybe him or Kanavi, whoever can jump onto Elk, what does that even matter? You're going to be jumping into the waiting hands of a Darius. It feels kind of bad that we're only 11 minutes into this game and
They can be Muay Thai fighters like their dad.
Hey, BLG now should not be able to lose this game, right? Like that just is the way it is. League of Legends, no matter if the game is less snowbally than it was, let's say like 10 years ago, is still incredibly snowbally. So JDG a little bit going to be relying on some creativity and a lot going to be relying on some actual mistakes to come out from BLG as well.
Well, if there's a team that you want creativity from, JDG certainly up there. TP from Knight, he's just finished Malignant. Big item, spike and a hook from On is beautiful to see. Missing.
Nice force out of Alistar. That's actually huge for this fight, especially because Bin is now coming down. He's got Ghost up. Should be free Drake.
Moves down the river and JDG quivering in their boots, both butt cheeks clenched at this point as they know
Their cheeks are clenched. Yagao gets hooked, pulled. Nice dodge on the ult. Elk? Is kind of scary.
No, still though.
He did get Nico ult out. I think they can fight this again.
His presence there. I think they're still even able to just posture and contend.
Oh, the kick is still up? Huge. Huge play by Kanavi. Oh, he got baited. He got baited. Ruler healed.
Absolute chaos. What a play from Kanavi. His Lee Sin is insane.
Much that play happened so fast. Even seeing it in real time, my mind couldn't even keep up with what was going on. Kanavi, my God, what an angle. Neither team gonna be able to take Drake off that, but we're gonna see here, right? BLG feeling confidence because their raid boss Bill is in the area. You got getting a little space with the Pop Blossom. But actually, it's actually On who ends up going down from the damage.
It's actually crazy Kanavi saved kick for this long in this fight.
And then it was this, I gotta see. He just lands a Q, gets the hop in there.
R flash. Beautifully done.
Having enough damage, right? No one able to follow up. He might be a fed Darius, but but it still doesn't mean that 4 people aren't going to be able to absolutely annihilate him.
Yeah, his Q on cooldown as well, so couldn't get the sustain. I think if a Q goes off, it suddenly starts to get really scary for JDG, but it didn't. And that means, like, total gold still pretty heavily in favor of BLG.
Send your kid to Chronicler's board game boarding school. I love board games too, guys. I have got a fucking ton of them at my house. I imagine when they get older, I will be doing a lot of that with them, hopefully.
He gets all of that gold straight into his pocket. He's a Kraken Slayer and a BF sword.
They played very well around the Darius. I mean, the Darius did bait out the Nico ult and used Ghost to dodge it after pulling the Nico in, so it was a nice move, but they managed to kite it out, and then the re-engage wasn't there, and the Q onto that Kanavi hit was very critical on the Lee Sin. Nice vision to see that play, though. I miss this whole series. Worth watching game 1 and 2. Yeah, I mean, you can see them on my Bangers Only channel if you use the VODs command on Twitch. So if you want to watch my version of them, they're there.
That has all the funny clips of him being a minion or him being a Krug or whatever else, like waiting and finding those engages.
Engage from JDG, they found Shun here, will be able to protect himself a little bit as Elk jumps into the play as well. Ruler needs to be careful, he's going for these kills, but he's low on HP himself. Is it going to be a trade? No, they get out on the blast cone.
Oh my god, Ruler. He's too good, man. He gets all the shutdowns too, that's so huge.
Down to make something happen. He might be able to, but Flandre's being left alone, being given free time with the turret top, being given free time to try to catch back up. And
yeah, Flandre's getting back in this game now. Pretty scary.
Finn can't get there in time to punish anybody. He's got these 5 kills, but he's not been able to do anything in these last couple of fights. JDG finding ways to fight with.
Did I do the FPX games? No, they'll be coming next. Thank you, Oful, for your YouTube membership. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys supporting on YouTube as well. That option is now available for you.
I mean, not having the flash to be able to get away, has the pop blossom, but it just doesn't mean anything in the end. Remember, Knight already having Malignance here, so able to dish out a fair amount of damage, but doesn't stop from the rest of the squad returning to finish him off, and now we're at an incredibly close game out of nowhere.
And I'm glad, honestly. I was a little bit worried there that we turned this into a bit of a stomp, that we were going to see just Bin take over the game. It feels like JDG having their head screwed on today, knowing how to deal with the Darius, knowing how to stop that snowball. Well, maybe not stop the snowball, but just sort of avoid the snowball and hope it isn't a proper blater. It's not quite as comprehensive as what I was suggesting before, but still.
Love the Heat review by the time I get to Phoenix. Good. I mean, we had a lot of fun with the Heat video, guys. Doa and I actually just recorded our Nerd Legion episode of the new Avatar live action series this morning. And we're going to do Constellation next week. And I think we're going to do Ninja Kamui soon, too, because I've been hearing good things about that. So lots of exciting content coming out on the Culture Channel. Which, if you don't know, you can find here. Or at Last Free Nation Culture. Thanks to the entertainment throughout the years, Monty. I do my best, sir. Thank you for your support. Kanavi is fucking popping off, dude. Holy shit. Nico on 2. Ruler's huge. Wow. This is such a fun game to watch, guys. This is actually such a good game.
Here comes Bill! Finally arrives. Bill on the scene, and he wants some kills, but he's just being kited.
I mean, you did have to use both sums to get that, though. Ruler absolutely popping off. This is crazy to watch.
Just showing off pretty much your mechanical decision-making prowess in these moments. BLG still slightly...
Constellation, curious about that one? Yeah, I've heard good things. What a fun game. This game living up to bangers only, guys. I look like a young Ralph Fiennes. Yes, I know. I get that comment a lot.
Dominated his lane, but it's just like when you're at the office and Stacy won't shut up about what she did on the weekend. She won't
Parseval has subscribed to me on YouTube. Holy moly. Parseval is I wrote my undergraduate thesis on Parseval by Wolfram von Eschenbach. Huge fan. Huge fan of Parseval.
After having kind of a lackluster spring last year, his spring right now is so incredibly good. JG hard forcing with so much CC to keep him there, and Munch, it looks like we won't even get to be in this replay for too long because we are fighting over.
We gotta fight again, guys. Fight for every Drake. Let's go.
falls off. He's tanked so many tower shots, and the last one was like half of his health. Here we go. BLG looking for the fight on has Hex Flash, and he's gonna look.
Kanavi just fishing for the Q angle.
It's gonna be a 50-50 here.
Oh, heck yeah. Look at that.
For the engage, gets over the wall. It's gonna be a 50-50.
Let's talk about this. There's two Alistairs, right? There's two Alistairs. And so one of them WQs in. Or tries to WQ in. Doesn't quite WQ in. Second one comes in. Nico ult. Huge play. They do lose the Drake, though. Huge heal, but it doesn't matter. Can't get off the ult. Holy shit.
How did this game flip on its head out of nowhere? Great job from Yagao to set that up. Ruler
Have you heard of the new show coming out called Shogun? I mean, technically it's a it's a James Clavell novel, right? And they did a series in the 80s also. But the new Shogun, the new iteration of Shogun, the new TV series is supposed to be very good. It comes out today, actually. I will definitely be watching that, but not for Nerd Legion because it doesn't fall into like the sci-fi fantasy that we do on that show. Such a huge ult.
What a beautiful pop blossom from Yagao to just lock things down. And look at Ben. He still can't get up to deal damage. Ruler just
I mean, it's so hard for Bin to actually do anything at this point that Ruler's so fed because the peel for Ruler against this Darius is just huge. And especially, like, he doesn't have any sums. He didn't have any sums in that fight.
I just can't believe how this game is going. I genuinely can't believe my eyes.
a 5-0 Darius in 8 minutes.
I'd basically just called it.
Yeah, all of the reviews I've been seeing for the new Shogun are gushing. I think it's going to be really good. Add one more thing. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
Swing in percentage. Like a 20% swing for the game over the last few minutes. On just gets absolutely chunked for even looking at Ruler.
Oh, thank you, Sinosis Kensei, for subbing. YouTube Premium apparently gives first month free. I've been using Premium for 3+ months. Oh, apparently no announcement. That's weird, but it's okay. I will notice and I will say. I will do it. Shout out to you. Thank you. Let's take a look at the start of this fight again. So, I mean, getting the Baron off this fight, too, is huge, right?
I just can't believe how this game is going.
20-minute Baron, especially because you have a Kaisa who's with Kraken Slayer. You can actually do that Baron super quickly. What a crazy turnaround.
Swing in percentage. Like a 20% swing for the game over the last few minutes. On just gets absolutely chunked for even looking at Ruler.
I know, I mean, Turvinus and Navori, he is dealing so
Yeah, the problem is they don't have any damage anymore because Bin is rarely going to get in range to deal damage. And now they're just reliant on Tristana, so...
Single time we see each other missing, goes for the play. Blasco back out, and he brings Bin with him. Bin on the back line, but he just doesn't have the sustain to survive it. He can't get onto Ruler, and shows ultimate times out. Another double kill. That's 11 in the bank.
Holy shit.
He's on a mission, and Kanavi's Lee Sin has been insane today as well.
Yeah, again, I feel like Kanavi's really
Can I have my first kid in this April and planning on naming him Perseus Parseval? Well, I wanted to name my kid Parseval or Percival technically. And I tried to name this one Perseus, but I got denied. So I definitely approve, considering that's what I wanted to name my kids.
Stuck underneath the tower, another shot. Not quite enough to finish the job. On goes for a hook. I'm not sure this is a fight that they can win. The kickback is huge. And Knight gets
My wife didn't like the shorter version Percy, and I couldn't name him Percival because in Korean it would be basically Percival would be pronounced Pershipal, and Shipal means fuck in Korean. So I couldn't name him Percival because he is half Korean.
LPL we have all been waiting for. And again, one of the just best playoff advertisements there could be. These top
So I tried.
playing against each other. BLG now.
But with Perseus, my wife also just didn't like the shorter version Percy, which I didn't have an issue with, but
wonder where we're taking
it's
this
okay.
from.
Orion's a good name too.
Using it to retreat. Zon will get away with his life. We have a second to breathe. Let's take a look at this fight once more.
Jack just found from Fukensei that I can give you a free sub here too. Thank you very much, guys.
Fearless with following in these sonic waves like Kanavi setting it up. But great job by Shun there to deny the pool impact from the Pop Blossom. That could have been where they really exploded. Sure, Ruler starts to find some kills for himself. But the craziest part to me, Munch, is the fact that the team fight devolves between two turrets. Like JDG just really don't care. Nice lockdown coming in from Knight there to make sure he gets full brunt of this damage. And then On is just so fearless to keep.
Thank you very much, Chris Seifert.
And guarantees another going over to BLG and making sure that they can keep this game close.
Thank you, Chris Seifert. And thank you, Mr. Something. All the subs. Appreciate you guys.
Ends up going down. Knight finishes the job. There was another turret shot on the way as well. Look at Ruler's
Thank you, Jeffrey Bezos, the first for your Bezos bucks. Indeed. I do appreciate your support, guys. Makes it possible to keep doing this.
Don't get to see his Lee Sin often, but I genuinely think he's one of the best Lee Sins in the world. And he's looking on form today. Some of these kicks have been magnificent. I mean, the kick on Bin in that first river fight that shut down Bin in the first place.
So Bin does get some split pushing done. I mean, obviously he's still fed, but I mean, Ruler is approaching a fourth item now,
We're gonna see now.
which is just absolutely terrifying. You know, they stopped the Drake stacking at this point in time.
Just ignoring JDG for now.
How do you... I don't know how you win this BLG now. And it's so devastating. They have not beaten JDG all of last year. They played, what, 7 times? And never beat JDG. And now they get Knight. Now, 369 subbed out. Oh, subbed out. He swaps. Flandre joins the roster. It felt like this was the time for BLG. And then they lose to IG the other day. Suddenly there's rumblings like we're wondering what's going on.
4 Chemtech Drakes
And now,
with Udyr Shield sounds so annoying, guys.
known for dominating and carrying, and somehow it slipped between their fingers.
Udyr gonna have
You gotta feel the
Udyr Turtle Stance gonna have a fucking giant ass shield,
right now.
whatever they call it. Now I don't know what it's called now. The Turtle Stance equivalent.
Or literally the exact opposite, where all 10 of these players, again, are such like high caliber players who've seen like the highest highs you could see in League of Legends. You're just like, yo, we know this is a regular season series. We go all out for the massacre in this game 3. And right, they all know playoffs in LPL is a different monster. Like, you cannot take any series from the regular season and kind of use it as a philosophy to follow, because at the end of the day, any players can just show up.
The funniest thing about this series to me is that we haven't once said the fact that
Thank you, Icebergen, for resubscribing with your Twitch Prime. The best way to use your Twitch Prime is to become a member of the Erudite Elite.
almost
That's just factual.
almost making it to World Finals, but T1 made short work of that dream.
And what's crazy is even with the roster changes, it doesn't affect the quality of match, because the mid laner swapped teams and JDG brought in a top laner that's a world champion. Like, the quality is still there.
It's not like the caliber of player went down, you know. Maybe less of a carry in that top side for JDG, but still an exceptional player nonetheless.
And to be fair, right, JDG were not using 369 as a carry. Like,
No, they weren't.
Flandre can come in and fill that role perfectly.
I mean, when you think back to spring last year, the fact that 369 basically gave Bin a breakdown, so he had to learn to play tanks, says about the style of gameplay that 369 would bring to the table for JDG. Here we go, though. Baron started. JDG, the ones to start it. 4,000 gold lead for them as Missing just looks for the fight. Yagao alongside him here. Now moving forwards, but the rest of the team are just continuing to do the objective. Missing might be sacrificed for the players. Shots kicked out of the pit. It's one kill for a Baron and Bin goes down as well.
Ruler's still huge. All right, they're on top of him. Flashes out. He's not autoing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's still so huge, though. Oh, can he clean this up? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He almost did it, guys. So they're trying to go for Baron number 2 here. Trying to keep Jun out of pit. Okay, Alistair will use. Just buying time. They do actually kick him out of the pit, which is great because it allows them to secure the Baron. But the problem is Missing used his entire ult in order to get that. And Bin actually does quite a bit of damage to Kanavi. Yagao's trying to zone out here with ult and then Zhonya's. Ruler comes in, but he actually can't assassinate Elk. I think it's actually a mistake Ruler makes here. He wants to use Killer Instinct, but I think he goes in too early and he doesn't play with his front line. You know what I mean? So he gets turned on immediately. The Nautilus starts walking up, which means he actually has to just flash away, and there's no more damage here anymore because Yagao is dead. They used all their CC for zoning, and so Ruler just didn't actually capitalize on that CC being used because they were taking Baron. And then I think he ults too early. Also, Yagao's play is a bit interesting here. So he gets hit by not ult, and he does have flash, guys. So he actually has a chance, I think, to get better value out of Pop Blossom. But he opts instead to Zhonya's during the animation. So it creates a zone outside of the pit, but it doesn't actually provide damage or CC. So as soon as he pops out, he's just killed by the explosive blast. Explosive charge, rather. It's crazy that he almost wins this, though.
Elk finding the fight that he needed. JDG, I mean, they get the Baron, but in the end, the Baron doesn't equate to anything.
I think if Ruler holds ult there, that he might actually just win that fight.
And it's still anyone's
Because
game.
his ult ended up with him having to flash and getting zoned out. Which, if he was playing more to the back line here, I think there's a lot more success. But at the end of the day, guys, when Alistair is dead, and when you use everything on Nico to zone this out, you just have to leave, right? You can kill Bin and you can actually just get out. But they opt into the engagement. You know, they'd also use Lee Sin Kick to get Jin Zhao out of pit.
My God, it got dicey here with these low health bars.
It was crazy. He almost won this, though.
For a second, but Shun finds his way in and takes him down. And the fact that he just died still has 300 gold bounty is absolutely mental. And you know, I have to wonder what my neighbors are thinking at this point as I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. But there's just no other way to commentate this kind of game. Flandre, CC immunity keeps him safe. Bit of a weird ult from off, not gonna lie.
You know what? He'll get another one of those soon. He's feeling fine. If there's a chance for an engage, you don't give up a chance for an engage in this game. On shown that since early levels, right? He was the first one to make that roam up towards topside. Is that damage? Not surprising.
10,000 damage in a single team fight. We're looking for Flandre. Elk gets some damage down, chases after him as well. Flandre cannot withstand this. And the rest of the gang is here to meet him. A great pick for BLG. They've got to reset to stop the answer from JDG on the opposite side of the map. Knight's got to be careful. Missing would love to make a flash play here. Has Hex Flash available to him. Drake spawning as well. Neither team on soul point, so not going to be the focal point for now.
Yeah, right now going to be able to push this turret, but we can see, yep, there it is, Elk answering on the opposite side, and someone needs to recall. This is a Tristana. He's going to be able to do so much damage to this base. Right now, only sending Missing back.
The TP actually comes out, forces a TP from JDG.
Oh, you're not worried about Yagao be back. All right, nice. All right, they have Alistair there too.
That was so disrespectful.
Yeah, ends up going.
A TP from JDG. Dodges
He literally just gets caught.
and stays way too long.
That's actually terrible by Elk.
Yeah, ends up going down. Still, they
3
were
chem techs for JDG
They were
now.
able to pick up the dragon in the meantime. So find a pick, find themselves on soul point. There isn't an inhibitor exposed now. So will be some things you have to worry about. And I mean, right, there have just been so many shenanigans, so many more fights than what we would typically see. Like no objectives up, just looking for these picks. It feels so hard to predict which way this game will go. I guess for us and you know anyone else who's following here with the kind of live semi not live English broadcast, the fun that we're here for, Munch.
TP into the mid lane. Mid inhib tower is going to go down. Probably the inhib with it as well. Ruler needs to hit the tower instead of the minions here. This will be an inhib. Bin still just trading on the opposite side of the map. Looking for a tier 2. I don't know if this is an even trade really for them. He does not have TP, so he needs to get this tower and potentially get out of dodge. He's going to get killed.
Kind of live, just looking for these picks. English broadcast. The fun to predict which way this game will go.
So Xinjiao is in river. Darius is in bot, split pushing a tier 1. And then the call comes in. Flandre's TPing here to provide a body at the front. And then he doesn't recall, he pushes, and they just lose an inhibitor? Very strange trade from BLG. But the problem is that, by the way, guys, because Elk died, remember what I said about this composition? Elk is their only form of damage outside of Darius. And so they may have decided that they just can't walk up to stop this wave with Darius, which is reasonable. Like, how do you threaten the front line? Like, the front line just CCs you if you're Darius, and you can't kill them. So you actually can't stop this pressure, so you might as well take it tier 2. I kind of agree with this, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, Trist dying is absolutely unacceptable for BLG. Trist must be alive at all times, because otherwise you have like a Karma and 3 melees, and you cannot stop Siege, and you cannot actually kill Ruler or the front line. You can't do anything.
Okay, not gonna expect him to still be back in that brush, it seems like.
Trying to predict that he would run away. Does gonna get it.
If you get okay, not gonna expect him to still be
got something. Back on the map in just over a minute's time. And honestly, at this point, it's anyone's game. Yes, Ruler is full build, but Elk's only half an item away as well, and that Tristana certainly has hit the late game spike. This Karma as well is going to do massive damage in an extended fight.
Yeah, and for JDG side, we can think back earlier to the fight JDG won most dominantly. It's on what Yagao can find especially. You're looking at Yagao, you're looking at Kanavi to be the big playmakers. A big pop blast to 1 to 5 people like earlier is going to win the game. If Kanavi can step someone just walking a bit too far forward and finds that insect, it will be a similar thing.
I feel so tense. I'm so excited to see how this one ends. Another chapter in the BLG versus JDG story. And yet again, it's an absolute banger. I feel like towards the end of last year, it started to get more and more one-sided. It started to become a bit of a JDG fest. And I feel like now, the swap of the mid laners, the roster changes, have changed it up again.
Nice killer instinct.
By literally everyone on JDG, and it's enough to finish the job. He's taken out of the picture, and suddenly Baron is wide open.
And for JDG, it's very easy for them to even just try to like go for the smite itself. You have the Alistar to be able to knock the Xinjiao away. Looks like they're looking for the turn though. You Yao doesn't have Pop Blossom.
4v5 is the only answer for BLG, but they're just going to get engaged on after the Baron is taken. Chun trying to get away with his life. Elf hops over towards the rest of his team. Ultimate's not there for the side of JDG, so they don't hard force too much, but enough to show their strength.
Considering that Bin has a 5-0 start, doesn't feel like it all. Well, that's the Darius condition. You know, you can't convert that lead if you're not providing side lane pressure. If the enemy has a team composition that can effectively kite you. You're very summoner spell dependent. You're very positional mistake dependent. You're compositionally dependent. Like, how do you get in? There's an Alistair and a Nico. I mean, look at this. You can get kicked out. You can get headbutted out. Like, how does Darius ever do damage in these team fights? He can't.
Scans in the brush. There's one person, then suddenly the entire goon squad appears. Jumps on top of him. Not a lot he could do about that one. That's going to be his flash and his ghost on cooldown off the back of that play as well.
Yeah, and they have a super fed ADC, so he just gets booty blasted by Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa can just delete him. I mean, really the answer, guys, is that they shouldn't have given, like, several shutdowns to fucking Ruler's Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
Right?
Point out, this actually happened a few minutes ago, but Ruler changing out the Terminus for the LDR definitely going to help as the game progresses later.
You recommend going through the novel first or jump straight into the TV series? I haven't read the novel of Shogun. I assume that's what you're talking about. I've heard it's very good, though.
Champions that always gets a bit weird when it comes to the builds. But like you're saying, swapping out the fact that he's at the position where
don't pick Darius. I mean, it can work in certain games, right? Like, you can absolutely snowball with it, turn yourself into an unstoppable split pushing juggernaut, control objectives. If they have to play into you, it can be very good. But it is kind of you know, we didn't get to see the order of the draft here. So it's possible that there, you know, some of these picks that are very effective into Darius, like, you know, Alistair or Nico, came in later. I mean, even the Udyr could just stun him in the front line. Fed, yeah, 4 Chemtech Drake Udyr shields and Lee Sin shields, honestly, off of his E. Very helpful for keeping, like, Ruler alive, potentially. What is that? I think, guys, it's 44% increased shields. So much extra shielding. I think it's 11% per Chemtech. Is it 11%? Somebody look it up. I forgot. Locket, too. Oh, yeah, Locket's a good point. Locket on Alistair.
JDG kind of need to look for aggressive action, right? They're playing Kai'Sa Nico up against Tristana Karma. The wave clear is there.
Missing takes a big chunk. Ruler knocked up.
Yeah, and JDG kind of need to look for aggressive action, right? They're playing Kai'Sa Nico up against
huge shields from Lee Sin. It's like 300 shield from a basic ability onto 2 people. Alright, he just gets stun locked and killed by Tristana. And then they dive a turret. Is this how they throw the game? Oh, Shun's ult prevents Ruler from doing anything.
JDG kind of need to look for.
To be fair, their team composition is very bad at sieging, guys. Very bad at sieging, especially without Baron. Because they have a bunch of low-range characters, and so there's an opportunity here that they see. I mean, On just chain locks Kanavi. He chain CCs Kanavi, so Kanavi can't do anything. And it's such a huge Jinzhao ult by Jun. He gets Ruler complete. He eliminates Ruler from that fight completely. 6% shield buff for Dragon. Thank you. That was 24%. 11% would be a lot. So that makes more sense. It's still 24% more shielding, which is quite a bit. Especially when you have like a Locket.
Can they actually end the game? This is a heartbreak for JDG if they actually lose. It was
Jun's ult had crazy value, but you do have to be careful when sieging with a composition like that for this reason. Do they just win the game here? That's so crazy. What a crazy game. This one was really fun. I don't know about that, Ruler.
After a year of being second place, a year of JDG comes to an end, and BLG rise to the top of the pile.
It's crazy they won that.
Performance, honestly, from both teams. It just makes
That was a really fun third game, though.